Hello and welcome to session, 19 of Abandon Hope. And it looks like Chris is here. Yay. Hello, Chris. When we last left our abandoners, they had just finished a long rest after being assaulted by a centispider in the middle of the night. They were able to, I say in the middle of the night, I don't really know what time of day it is here. I'm sure I said it several sessions ago, but I've forgotten. What time of day is it?
We're deep underground, so it probably doesn't matter.
It probably doesn't matter. So you all wake up refreshed, and it's the strangest thing. Slash has just peeled off all his armor, and he seems faster than he used to be. So there's that. What do you guys do?
We finished a long rest or a short rest?
I guess it was a short rest, wasn't it? Yes. Because you
Unless
you
we
were down here for a week.
really long time.
I remember spending all of my hit dice and still not being fully healed.
Yes.
So did I, that's why I was asking.
I was in normal D&D mode for a second. That's not a good mode to be in when you're not in it. So having shortly rested, what do you do?
Oh, hey, you're here.
Maybe here?
Maybe.
Here in presence, if not in voice. I see your mic flickering up, but I don't hear anything. I am sorry you continually have mic and connection issues.
Well, I suppose I can leave this little closet.
Leaving the closet is a good thing to do when there are no spiders around. And yes, Ivor, do you follow out of the closet?
I would.
Well, there are various spider legs scattered around like croutons on the face of a salad.
Where's my orphan?
The orphan, that's a good question.
Beautiful.
The orphan is here. I think the orphan fled into the closet also, but there wasn't enough space.
You just sat on my shoulders.
There is a knocking sound coming from the corridor here-ish.
A knocking sound.
A knocking sound. And Slash, since you would be within field of vision, can you please give me a sight-based perception roll? There are no special mechanics for it being sight unless you happen to have a special feature that let you, see invisible creatures, or you had tremor sense or something. Not that it's necessarily an invisible creature.
Nothing like that.
Okay.
Also,
Right.
I'm not proficient in perception, so let's see how this goes.
You see a lumpy shadow in the middle of the corridor, but you can make out nothing else. It skitters away.
Did we hear anything, or did I just see it?
You just saw it. There was no sound. And when you opened up your mic just now, there was a tremendous wobbling sound, like we were listening to some dank electronic music with some heavy bass. Just so you're aware, I don't know what it might have been.
It sounded like a truck or something. I don't really recall what our objective was at this current moment.
Did we make it into the room with the pool?
No.
You did not.
For some reason, we were checking all of the doors behind us in
Yes.
preparation for something, but I don't remember what the something was.
Well, Worm got taken out, and in the meantime, we were just checking the local area to make sure it was safe to take a rest. And then we confirmed that, and then we took a rest. Not before fighting a ceiling spider or whatever it was.
Okay, thank you.
Well, are you feeling better, Worm?
I have never felt better in my life.
Well, then perhaps onward.
Come, Orvin.
Ivor steps into the corridor. He sees nothing of interest. Now, you guys did not get this grate open, is that correct?
No, we got down to it, but since it locked, I thought it locked from this side, if I remember correctly. I left it alone in case it was keeping us safe from something.
And did you guys get into... Yes, you did, I see. I put the blood bits on the ground over here. This part is revealed.
Yeah, I went down there and shot some things and came back up.
Yes. With the strange lighting choices I've made making the map, it's very difficult for me to see what is still Fog of Ward for you guys. So let me just reveal real quick the stuff I'm pretty sure you would have seen all of. And it's like all frozen for me. Lovely.
Vesper, are you coming with us?
Yeah.
Oh, you are here.
Yay, you are here.
Vesper has
Connected.
stealthed in.
Awful.
Can I check out this door?
Yes, this is a door that is wedged firmly shut on your side. It looks like there was clay packed around the seams of the door. You do not see a locking mechanism.
Slash, do you think you could use your muscles here?
Absolutely.
Right, can you give me a, depending on whether you're just trying to break the door down or rip it open, either an attack roll or a strength roll?
I'm just going to see if I can bust it open. I'm not going to try to break the door yet.
Okay, just strength, please. You casually rip it off its hinges. You're still not used to your strength not weighed down by armor. And frankly, the door wasn't attached very well to the hinges. It's a rotting, much lighter than it looks piece of wood.
Thank you, Slash.
Let me reveal here. Within is a closet, I suppose, with walls of stone and a dirt ground. There's a mound of relatively recently made earth, I suppose, in that there's some strange pale subterranean grass all around it, but there's none of the grass growing on the mound of dirt. It doesn't look like it was put there in the last few days, I suppose. It's very dry. And there's a little wooden grave marker on top of it with the letters RIP on it. You see nothing else of interest in the closet.
I feel slightly homesick.
Well, moving on then, yes.
I whistle for the orphan.
The orphan meanders.
Wait, is this a door down here? I couldn't really see it very well.
Yes, that's a door down there.
Oh, well. One of these down instead. Can I take a look at the door?
Yes. This is likewise a door that has no locking mechanism on it. It's wedged closed. There is no clay packed around the seams, though. It looks like it's in mildly better condition than the other door. It's actually attached to the hinges.
Okay, I'll just try to open it then.
The door opens. You are met with the sight and smell of outhouse.
I close the door.
There was goblin graffiti that you didn't pay too much attention to on the walls.
Nope, door closed.
Door closed.
Did it start with for a good time call?
He didn't get that far.
Moving on.
You enter this room. 1 second.
Did we just lose somebody on roll 20?
Looks like Chris disappeared. Is still logged in Discord. In this room is the remains of a poorly tended campfire. There are some overturned barrels with rusty iron bands on them. There are some apple cores and some pork chop bones, at least that's what it looks like, scattered around. There's the smell of goblin in the air.
Does it seem like this fire was fairly recently lit?
Yes, within the last 24 hours, probably. There are no goblins in the room. To the
Is there
north
any-
is a door with a lock mechanism that is, it looks like it's in fairly good condition, considering goblins probably use it. The mouth, the keyhole, is all scuffed up around the metal around the keyhole. Sorry, is all scuffed up, and has not rusted yet. There is no key in it.
Anything going on in this little corner over here?
Yes, you see the gnawed remains of a roasted pig head.
Delicious.
Can I try to pick it?
Yes.
The
Please
pig head?
give me lockpick. Hello, Chris. You open the lock fairly quickly as it has been well cared for. By the time Worm is done investigating the pig head, you have the door open. Or unlocked, rather. Would you like to open it?
I would open it, yeah. It appears we have left Vesper behind.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
It opens into the cavern. And the smell of a goblin, it does not grow stronger, but it's kind of an aged smell of goblin. It lingers. It changes from that which is inside the room, I suppose, is what I'm trying to say. Vesper catches up to you. The potato orphan's trailing behind.
Does goblin age well?
You've never tried goblin, so you don't know.
Did you find anything interesting, Vesper?
No, not really.
I see.
Vesper, can you please give me a perception roll?
I can in one moment.
You thought you felt someone watching you, but no matter how many times you turned around really fast, you couldn't see anything.
The orphan's right there.
Well, you saw
Oh,
the
yeah, that's
orphan.
probably what it was.
The orphan always looked really sad whenever you turned around for some reason.
You turn around and say, "Oh, nobody's there," and the orphan's like, "I'm here."
Oh. I'll give her a small pat on the head.
The orphan makes potato noises.
Please tell us what that sounds like.
Input that. That's really all it is.
So, where does this door open up into?
This door opens up into cavern on this side.
Are we supposed to be able to see anything?
Did I not reveal the area?
You
1 second.
Did not.
Thank you.
There it is.
I could have sworn I did that like 3 times over just to be sure.
Roll 20.
Yay.
Is there any way I can squeeze over in this direction, or is this...
It is a very tight fit.
But I
You're
can
not
see
wearing
there
any
at least.
armor, are you?
I am.
Okay. You need to be incredibly scrawny and not wearing any armor.
Makes sense.
This is definitely a goblin-sized hole. To the left, there are what look for all the world like training dummies. That seem to have been fashioned to look like the lizards. There are some rusty weapons that are all broken, scattered around. And there's a... on the stone wall right here, it looks like some goblins have been keeping tallies as to people winning some kind of a thing, maybe duels or throwing rocks and hitting lizards in the eye. There's a bucket of some nasty looking scummy liquid down below it.
How do you lose a duel against a training dummy?
Well, maybe they dueled each other, I don't know. I mean, one of them ran directly into your sword. So I could imagine one of these losing to a dummy. They're like lizard Wang Chong dummies. They spin around and hit you in the back of the head if you're bad at dodging.
Oh. Does boss fight music start to play as we approach the dummies?
Can you give me perception, please? It does not.
Then I'd like to slash one in half.
Can you make me an attack roll, please? There we go. You hit. You cut the head and one of the arms off it.
I feel victorious.
Was this strictly necessary?
Yes.
Okay.
You
There's
find
another
nothing
one.
else. Nothing else. You find nothing else of interest here. There is also, though, nothing elf in the goblin training room.
There's nothing Gnolf, just Gnome in here.
Indeed.
Well, I do not think we can proceed through these cracks here, so perhaps we should go around to the grate we saw.
The potato orphan probably could.
I'm not squeezing my potato through there. Vesper's kind of small.
Vesper's just wearing cloth, so probably could do it.
That's true, I
Wendelorn
am
could probably do it.
tall but twig.
Where do we need to get into?
That place to the right of this room.
Why not? We'll give it a try.
All right. What would be the appropriate skill for this, you think?
Athletics?
Yeah, I'll go with it. Anybody who wants to get through, please give me athletics. If you're not Wendelorn or Vesper, it's going to be a disadvantage. And you're definitely not doing it while wearing armor. If you apply oil or grease to yourself, it'll add advantage. Assuming you're not wearing armor. There's a lot of grease already around the the edges of the rocks.
Okay, everybody get naked and grease up.
I know for a fact one of you has oil. Just don't mix
That
it up
would
with the
be me.
acid.
That would be me.
I'm basically already naked, so I can probably get through pretty easily.
This is the way of barbarians. Right. Wendelorn, your book, it gets caught sideways as you try to get through. And you're just not able to pull it into the proper orientation. You're not able to get through. Both Slash and Vesper can get through.
So what do y'all see in there?
On this other side, you see the other side of the grate. It leads upward. Assuming that I'm actually revealing areas.
Yes, you are. Welcome back, Jordan.
Thank you.
I'm sorry, did not notice that you had not. And you see the tents, and you see fires, and you see the water. The fires have been kept up throughout the night. Someone's paying attention to them.
Well, it appears that we could have just gotten here in a much easier way, but no.
I'm going the much easier way.
Okay.
Come, Orphan.
I squeezed for nothing.
Can I open this crate?
If you give me a lockpick, you probably can. It's a complicated lock, but you think you could do it? Your lockpicks are not well suited for this kind of lock.
Hmm.
Do you have a...
Does it look like
Yes.
Does it look like the lock can be opened from the other side, or does it need to be? It doesn't need a key to open it all.
It does appear that it needs a key. The bars of the grate are wide enough you can get your hand around. It's not like you can just unlatch it from the other side.
Well, that did not work. Anyone else have some ideas?
We could try burning it.
I do have acid, but I do not know if you want to waste more acid. I am starting to run low on acid.
Y'all need some acid, says a voice from the corridor.
Which corridor?
One
A
sec-
key would be
one
better,
second.
but if you have acid,
I prepare a bottle of acid to throw.
A 6-foot-tall cockroach wearing a cap, wielding a long curved sword, and wearing an amulet around his neck appears in the corridor. I'm afraid I don't have any keys for you, but I got plenty of acid. Anything y'all be interested in trading for some acid? I guarantee it'll cut through any lock in here.
What sort of thing are you looking for?
What do you have on offer? I'm up for most things.
That's a really creepy voice, Taylor.
I gotta tell you, I got most things I'm looking for, so I'm looking to be surprised more than anything else.
I
His
offer
mouth
him a
looks
pair.
rich.
I offer him a pair of sunglasses.
Do you have a pair of sunglasses?
Yes.
All right, then. He takes them with interest. What a cunning contraption you have here. I suppose I could use this to go into the surface. Yes, I would. I would happily trade some acid for these.
How much acid?
One of his arms reaches under one of his wing covers and pulls out a considerably fat glass vial of acid. Or you assume it to be acid if he's telling the truth. My name's Stocky, he says. What's yours? He prefers the acid.
I'm Worm. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Likewise.
Can you open that grate?
I could. What do you give me to open it? I thought we were talking about acid to open it.
No. If
Yes,
you have
indeed.
open it that's not acid, we can take that too. We just want the door open. We don't care how it's opened.
Well, this acid will do it. It'll be cheaper than the other way.
You open the door and I'll give you these sunglasses.
He looks at Ivor. Is that what you're feeling right now?
Yes, as long as we can get the door open, so that works for me.
Alright, he makes his way over to the grate, and with one of his arms he takes a little glass funnel, I suppose, from in his person. He puts the nozzle of it into the lock, and then he pours the acid into it and steps back. Within moments, acrid fumes pour from the lock, and it melts into slag, falls to the ground. The grate, gently tips open.
Did you make this picture?
Yes.
Can we see it larger?
Later. I might have deleted it, I don't know.
Just make him a big boy temporarily.
Yeah, I'm just trying to see what's going on.
Oh,
That's what I thought it was, but I'm so glad it was right.
And he now has a pair of sunglasses on, thanks to you, Worm.
God, he's got a little-
Perfect.
he does have a little hat. It's,
Y'all looking to trade anything else? I've got plenty of food. I think I've got some goblin disguises. Those are very popular down here. I got spider repellent. You
Wait.
smell like you need some of that.
Oh, hold on. Question. You
Yes.
said goblin disguises are very popular down here.
Yes.
Are there actual goblins down here, or just people wearing goblin disguises?
It was once upon a time a lot of goblins. Well, within the last 30 years or so, there's been a concerted effort among academics of the surface to infiltrate goblin society and determine how they live their lives on a day-to-day basis. As near as I can tell, they're at least 25% non-goblin species at the moment, and it's done quite a number on their culture. Quite a lot of elements have been introduced to their culture that have just been kind of taken for granted with every new wave of academics that comes. It's a very strange thing. I'm not really sure why there's such an obsession over goblins. But yes.
Well, unfortunately for these 25% non-goblins, we may have done quite a number on their number.
Yeah. That's understandable. They kind of had it coming, to be honest.
They weren't very good at surviving, I must say.
No, they don't tend to be very good at that. He folds open one of his wings, and there's a bunch of very shriveled kidneys hanging from the various bits of membrane. None of these are goblins. He folds them back.
would we be able to disguise ourselves as goblins convincingly?
Well, none of you are really the right size, so magic would be involved. I could have it done for 24 hours, with no lasting and permanent side effects, and no one involved would be able to tell the difference so long as you can speak Goblin. And I sense a kind of vibe about you that, I mean, considering I'm talking in a language that is considerably not spoken on the surface and you're having no trouble, any of you, keeping up with me, either you're somebody far more interesting than I'm aware of, or I suppose you're a bunch of... Well, let's not get into that. You can't understand the goblins, right? Is what I'm getting at.
Could we understand the goblins?
You could understand the goblins.
We kind of just killed them before we spoke to them. Yeah, there was no peace.
There was talk of soup and pizza.
I see. Yes, we can understand the goblins, yes.
Well, then there you go. He taps the little amulet around his neck.
There we go where?
Well, I can make you into little goblins for 24 hours if you'd like.
I see. And what would the charge for such a service?
I don't know.
Cost us?
What do you got?
Well, second question before I offer anything. Would we actually become goblins or just look like goblins? Because I would very much prefer not to actually be a goblin for 24 hours.
The side effects that have been measured on individuals considerably larger, stronger, and faster than goblins is that all of their innate capabilities in those regards have remained the same. A big ol' meaty boy with biceps like the head of somebody who isn't one of me. He was just as strong after the fact as he was beforehand. And there was a lady with quite a lot of very long legs. She was a spider, you see, and she was able to move just as quickly after she became a goblin as beforehand. Goblins don't move incredibly fast, as I assume you found out. Very easy to run down.
Yeah, you have not technically answered my question. Do we actually become goblins or just look like them?
I suppose I'm dodging around the answer because I do not rightly know.
I see.
I've never tried it on myself, as I have no wish to become a goblin.
I'm not sure that there's a particular advantage to looking like a goblin.
Oh, right.
So far,
That's
we've
fair.
just kind of killed them on sight, yes.
A group of individuals after one of my many hearts.
And if we were to run across something not goblin-like and we look like goblins, then they would probably try to kill us on sight.
Well, the other things down here, aside from myself, are those little abominable shit stains belonging to that god that we don't like to talk about, and they'll charge you regardless what you look like, whether you're a goblin or a giant or a spider lady.
Now, you might not like to talk about this god, but could we trade you to talk about this god?
Well, I suppose I could be persuaded. What interest do you have with him?
Are you going to trade me something for the answer to that question?
Nah, I'll figure it out eventually. I suppose the question is, are you going to trade me for the question to that answer? Which is
Indeed.
the question answering something. Wait, hold on. We're talking about the god, right?
Yes.
Well, I'll repeat it's more or less a catchphrase, I suppose, for the third time. What do you got to offer?
I will reach into my pouch and pull out 7 cartwheel bones on a string that we got from a long time ago. I think that was in the corpse of the previous god when we were dealing with the gnomes.
His little eyes twinkle, and he holds out one of his tiny little clawed hands with a gesture of, may I look at it?
Indeed.
He holds it up to the torchlight. He says, "Oh, this is something special indeed. Yes, I will happily trade." We're talking about that old moldy god, the god of the old wild places, before the old wild places turned into the place of people with little fleshy heads. That was an entirely different planet back then, before all the other gods came. Yeah, that's the god of antlers and claws. He's my god, I suppose, technically, but I don't like associating with gods anymore. They do things to you. Don't touch the mold, if you haven't already figured that out. What are you planning to do? Are you planning on carving up a little bit of moldy god flesh for yourselves and skedaddling back up to the surface to do some kind of wizard's bidding? because I strongly recommend against giving the flesh of gods to wizards. They tend to do unfortunate things with them.
Well, I will say that we are not planning to touch this mold or really interact with it in any way. But if you want to know more than that, then I will repeat back to you. What have you got to offer?
Yeah, it's no kiting off my back. Do what you will with it, son. You are a male, right? I find it hard to tell with mammals. I'm sorry, that was an impolite question. If you have nothing else to do and nothing else to trade, I suppose I'll be on my way. Give my regards to whoever you're going to see. I imagine they know me. He flips the sunglasses back down.
What was your name again, sir?
Oh, my name is Stocky.
Stocky. I will remember the name Stocky. Thank you for your information.
He falls onto his back and then skitters down the hall. Unless one of you wants to try to stop him.
Eldritch Blast, huh? Ruh-roh. I think we lost... Oh. Uh-oh.
Oh no,
We lost all three of them.
the entire internet died.
I think Comcast is having a day today.
Yeah,
I guess this is just internet day. I don't know what's going on.
it is internet day, my dudes. And so time stood still as the god of internet smote down 3 of our brave heroes. They did not praise camera enough.
Hmm. Is Comcast like the Thanatos of this pantheon?
It does seem likely. Comcast promises much, gives little, and takes away much more.
You guys have Comcast Xfinity?
I do.
Yeah.
Not that I have much
I
of a
do too,
choice.
but I have it, but I don't have any problems today.
Is- Yeah. it could
Every
be
once in a
internet
while,
things.
they just drop for a few minutes and come back for me. It's really annoying. I pay them too much money for that.
I think no matter what they did, you could say I paid them too much money for that.
That's a fair point. Man, I wonder if something's up because you'd think like one of them would hop on their phone at some point.
Right. Like if something was up, we'd have heard something. Maybe their power's down? Although they'd still have phones at that point.
Right. Ha.
Maybe they were abducted by aliens.
That is always a possibility. I think we just lost Aiden.
Oh no.
Yeah, right after he said that, Comcast.
I'm here.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
You're offline on Discord though. That's weird.
Well, I have my Discord always invisible, so it will never show
gotcha.
up.
Oh, okay.
Like ninjas. And after much searching, I realized that I did indeed delete the roach, so I can't draw sunglasses on him.
F.
Maybe I can download the one that I uploaded. Oh no, never mind. I just spelled it R-O-C-H for some reason. I probably thought it was funny at the time. Right, well, though we didn't have, like, much time to play, I have to go in half an hour anyway. I really don't feel like we're going to get any much more done. Even if they pop... Oh, if they did pop back in, then we can keep going.
Oh my god.
What happened?
I don't even know.
Do you guys have Comcast too?
No, we have
It's
Fairpoint.
worst.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah, we
Lovely.
have,
And
we're
in
the,
one server for the entirety of New England
Mm.
with cables welded to it because there are not physically enough ports.
the fact that anybody has DSL in 2020 is a travesty.
It was a travesty that anybody had DSL 20 years ago.
Hey,
Yes. Dude, we didn't have DSL 20 years ago. Now we do.
Is Chris gonna be able to come back?
Presumably. I mean, we're all on the same router, so it shouldn't take long. Oh, what did I miss?
I don't think you missed anything.
You missed us discussing the ever expanding pantheon of meta D&D gods such as Camera and Comcast.
Yes.
Oh god, he's beautiful.
I like that the sword goes under one antenna and over the other. It's perfect. It's like he's got it behind his head, pointing over his head.
It's like you didn't have to do that, but you totally did.
Extra effort. I love it.
Unfortunately, more effort than I put into the regular maps you guys fight on.
I mean, do you get these from somewhere?
No,
This?
none of the above.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
perfect.
there's a tile set that comes with the map making software that I use, which I think is the same one that Jordan's been using.
Yes, I started using it at your recommendation. Actually,
It's very nice software.
It is indeed.
I'm just a lazy bum, is all, and I'm really bad at level design.
I see the potato has joined us.
The potato has meandered.
Huzzah.
And what's his face is left.
Yes. Oh, were you guys gone before that? Yeah,
Yeah.
okay, yeah, he just kind of meandered away after talking about how you don't touch the moss and it's a bad idea to cut off god flesh to give to wizards on the surface.
Okay.
Eivor
I
gave him
did-
a bunch of bones in trade.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
heard that, but I didn't see him leave.
And he just said, like, yo, whoever you meet down below, tell them Stocky sent ya, because they'll probably know who I am. And then he put on his sunglasses and fell on his back and scrambled away.
On his back.
Uh-huh. Have you never
Okay.
seen a
Sloppy the
roach do
roach.
that? Yeah.
Anyways.
So
Yeet.
we're free to go through this door now.
You are, yes. Just step over the lock. Can I get perception rolls from everyone?
I always roll highest on the stats on negative end.
Such as D&D. Worm, you trip.
I'll take a 15 when I get a +0. What's that?
I probably tripped over the melted acid lock.
I think you did. Ivor and Slash and Wendelorn. You all see the closest wall of this tent here ripple slightly. It doesn't look like a breeze. And for whatever it's worth, I guess there's no breeze down here.
I will hold an attack, specifically Eldritch Blast, and I will say, "Whoever's in there, please come out unarmed with your hands up, or I will shoot."
I'm preparing an attack as well.
Were we not supposed to say Stocky sent us? Like, he just said
We can
that.
say that after they come out unarmed.
Would anyone else like to do a thing?
No, I'd like to pick myself up.
Well, yeah, that's understandable.
And I would like to invite the potato and Slash to join us.
Leon Petit, says the potato.
That will never get old.
Neither will the orphan because it's dead. Would any of the
I
rest of you like to do things in preparation of things intense?
No, it's a little crowded back here. I'm kind of...
Okay. Can I get everyone to roll initiative real quick?
Aha.
Uh-oh. No, I'm not simultaneously first and at the back of a crowd of people.
After having tripped.
You hear loud whispering coming from inside the tent, several voices at least. Then you hear, okay! And one goblin with a particularly tiny head crawls his way out from under the bottom seam of the tent.
Is he unarmed?
He is unarmed. He has a little sock on a stick. He's waving it. I call a truce. I call a truce. I am not here to harm you.
How do we know if this is a goblin?
That is a very fair point.
It's probably one of the quarter goblins.
He just kind of seems to be looking at you in terror.
Is it... Are we having Wendelorn talk first, or what's the initiative here for?
Yeah, let's go with that. Wendelorn, it is your turn.
I'm just going to prepare Firebolt in case it does something aggressive.
All right. Are you going to forego speaking?
Yeah, I don't really see a need to speak to the little thing.
Ivor.
Stocky sent us. Do you know this spectacular roach?
His eyes grow really wide and he screams. He turns around and tries to run away. Would you like to make an attack of opportunity?
Sure.
Why?
Because...
Because genocide is fun.
Stabby stab.
You stab him right in the shoulder and he falls down on the ground.
That seemed completely unnecessary.
He's goblin. He's now dead goblin.
The sound of tiny trumpets comes from the inside of the tent.
Oh, there's an army in there.
Is it still my turn technically?
It is still your turn, yes.
Did he actually die?
The one that was hit did not die.
Oh, okay. Is this? Oh, is this the one that was running away?
Yes. He just kind of fell down, prone.
Well, stab part 2.
Think you auto hit, right?
Oh, he's prone. I get advantage.
Oh, yes, yes.
If that's yeah. But and
Yes.
I already dealt sneak attack damage, I assume.
And you murdered him. Oh no, you didn't. He still has 1 HP left.
Oh my god, the poor thing.
You try to cut off his head and it doesn't quite work.
Oh,
All right. Well, bonus action disengage. Whoop, 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 bolts from the grave.
Are you bolts from the
It's
grave that same one?
Yes.
All right,
It's
so
a
you'll
mercy.
have-
It's a mercy kill.
You'll have disadvantage because it's ranged, right?
Oh, yep. Mm-hmm.
You still hit. You blast him through the kidney.
Which
You see that he kind of flops over when you hit him, and you can see there's a line of stitches across where his other kidney should have been.
he's an
well,
organ donor.
now we know this was not one of the goblins.
Does that make it better?
No, but it is interesting. That is my turn.
All right. Goblins are popping out of the tents in response.
I just realized that Stocky is selling goblin costumes for kidneys.
Indeed.
Wow.
That is probably why that one ran.
Well, I'm glad we didn't ask for any. I like my kidneys.
You could have
I do
taken other
not know what
people's
a
kidneys.
kidney is, but I am sure it is not pleasant to have it removed. Ivor has a -1 medicine.
Lovely. I'm sorry, this is taking so long here. I should have had him off to the side like I did with the others.
I love that they all have non-transparent backgrounds.
And after the round of heroes, everything will be rearranged. Vesper, your turn.
You know, we probably should have snuck up on them or something before attacking rather than huddling up in a corridor. That's not exactly making my job easy.
Just vault over everyone, you'll be fine.
I could.
You could also run back inside, I suppose.
Nah, I'm gonna scoot my way up this way.
All right.
Just kind of squeeze.
You see a tent, you see goblins, you see Ivor. Squad, I don't know. Do you see? Ivor did not hide, is that correct?
No, I just disengaged and ran over here.
Right. You see Ivor squatting,
Yes,
like the Slav he is.
indeed.
So
I have to
there-
squat every time I fire the bolts in the grave. True story.
Are there any more than just the two that are visible?
You see 4 more goblins on the other side of the pond.
Oh, okay. Ah, you see, my problem was I hadn't scrolled up yet.
That'll do it.
Well, I'm gonna... I suppose a magic missile. Why not?
All right.
Missile's
Pew
fun.
pew.
I was just about to say the same thing, Worm.
There was no reason to kill any of them
I forget, do I,
yet.
do I have to click for all three, or...
It does that one roll for each of your bolts, I believe.
Alright.
And which one were you attacking first? Or I guess, which one would you like to delete from the face of the earth?
Well, I'll fire one bolt at, yeah, English. I'll fire 2 bolts at the 2 that are right there in front of me.
All right, one each. You blam them in the face. Then you have a third one.
And I'm gonna fire that one through the tent in case there's more in there. Why not?
All right. I don't know if
Also
you can
screwed.
target magic missile like that unless you're targeting like the center of the tent, and hoping that there's someone in the direct center of it.
I was
I mean-
gonna say I could go for the one over by the fire, but I don't think that I could see that one behind the tent.
That is correct. All right, you punch your third missile through the tent, and it collapses. There was no one else inside it.
Oh, they're not gonna need that anyway.
Do you do anything else?
Just gonna use the rest of my movement.
Okay. Slash, it is your turn.
All right. Well, I'm going to charge up to, let's see, this dude here.
All right. You trample through the wreckage of the tent.
And I'm going to attempt to attack him.
All right. You hit. It's not
Didn't mean
rolling
to.
damage. You click on the little magenta thing. Alright. Were those... you have multiple attacks at this level, right?
Indeed he does.
Alright, so, yeah, you murdered him after your 2 attacks hit. Do you do anything else?
Am I able to... Was that both of my attacks, or is that just one of them?
That was both your attacks.
Then I'm just going to step forward a little bit, if I still have more movement.
Yes, I believe you do. So you have 10 feet more of movement now, right?
Would the tent be rough terrain?
Nah. I should have done that, but I didn't.
And that will be it for me.
Alright. This poor goblin is between a slash and a hot place. Out of the slash into the fire. Something going on. I don't know. I'm trying to be funny. It's not working. Worm, what do you do?
I appreciate the attempt. I go up to this guy.
He's crying now. He hasn't dropped his
I'm
weapons,
very-
but he's crying. I have a family. Please, don't kill me.
Yeah. I'm not gonna kill him.
Well, what do you do?
I'm not sure we have any other objective with them.
You never had an objective with them to begin with.
There's no reason to kill them. We don't want anything from them.
You seem to want the blood of that very first one.
I would just ask him politely to go join his friends.
He looks at the ones on the ground dead before him. He
Not
begins
those
crying harder.
friends.
He is,
The ones over there.
he is not hearing you.
Then I just hold my hand up to Slash and tell him we don't need to kill them.
You're trying to tell the barbarian you don't need to kill people.
Yes.
Well, you are the one who is having opportunity to act, so do you do anything mechanical, or are you just talking to Slash and then end your turn?
No, that's it. That's it.
All right, now let me resort everybody. And Wendellorn, it is still your turn first.
They don't seem to want to do anything terribly dangerous, so I'm just going to move a bit into the room, and that will be that.
Okay. E4. It looks like Worm
So-
is trying to make one of them into a pet.
I'm gonna run up here. Do these ones out here look hostile?
Oh yeah, they all look very hostile. They're waving their weapons around and laughing. They may
Eldritch
not have a
Blast.
great idea of what's going on below. All right. And your Eldritch Blast goes right past him and smashes one of the windows.
I get another beam. Damn.
Well done.
You
Bonus
smash another
action.
window on the other side of his head. He looks a
Bonus
little
action.
surprised.
Hide. There we go. I'll just
All right. You're
shuffle myself back there, and
you're
then
not going to have line of sight. 1 second. Yeah, you're not going to have line of sight to him there.
okay. So could I like hide behind here and like?
Yeah, you can do it
peek
there.
out? Okay. And then
Wait, you smashed a third window.
wait. Do I have advantage on this one from stealth?
1 second.
What do you have against Windows, man?
I don't think I've ever seen
This is
3-1-1.
Igor's karma.
Frankly,
Please be another one.
you know-
Please be another one.
No, I'm afraid you having tried to attack him twice. That's gonna.
Well,
You'll
first
be
I
hidden
was
from the
I was
others.
back
You're not-
here.
Yeah.
I was back here attacking at these ones,
Oh, gotcha.
and then now Bolts and Grave is only 30 feet, so I'm ducking up here to attack this one.
Gotcha. I thought you were attacking that guy with all three of them.
Oh
Like-
no.
Yeah, you can hit him fine.
Okay. Well, I mean, we'll see. I really want this to be another natural one. Damn.
Congratulations, you hit his AC. You didn't kill him.
Okay, and then Ivor is whoop, 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 and that's my turn.
All right, 1 second. All right. All right, so this one here is yeah, he's going to jump into the water. Can everyone make me perception rolls, please? Vesper and Wendellorn see him as he swims around underneath the surface of the water. Ivor is kind of potato orphaning in a bird's eye view.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. All right, that's going to be this goblin's turn. None of the rest of you see him there. Vesper, your turn.
So I can see this little man.
You
swimming.
do. He looks very confident. The tips of his ears are above the water, and that's about it.
Hmm. Well, I'm. I suppose burning him wouldn't really work here, so I'm gonna ray of frost his
Oh my.
face. Enjoy.
You hit him.
The opposite of burning.
An ice
Get
cube
chilled.
suddenly bobs to the surface of the water.
Are the little ears sticking out still?
Yes. His head is sticking out, and that's all. Well, I mean, his head and his ears are sticking out from the ice. The ice is kind of on the surface of the water. He looks surprised and cold. Do you do anything else?
No, I'm just gonna step there. That's all.
All right. All right, there's one that you hit, Ivor. He's gonna run after you. He's gonna run up to you. He's gonna try to slash you. If I can remember what his hit attack is. All right. Does a 17 hit?
Nope.
All right. His first attack whiffs. His second one scratches your armor. Slash. It is your turn. Worm was trying to tell you not to kill this one.
Please
But
don't.
I'm a barbarian who's out for revenge.
Revenge against whom?
Look at this little guy.
Evil creatures, which Slash would probably consider all goblins evil creatures.
That is fair.
But I will spare that one, and I'm going to walk past him.
All right. He does not make an attack of opportunity against you. You see the two up ahead.
How much is this one space? How many
5
feet?
feet.
Well, I should be able to reach them then, I believe.
So you've walked 25 already, and you have 40 total, so you can move 3 more squares, I think? Unless you dash, in which case you can easily get there.
Can I do my full movement and then prepare an attack?
Yes, you can prepare an
Then I'll
attack
do
for if
that.
one comes up to you. All right.
So I'm going to walk up to these two and just prepare an attack.
All right. Now, this is an odd goblin. He's got a third and much tinier eye in his cheek. It's kind of nasty. He looks at you. He looks a little uncertain of himself. He's going to jump back into the tent. He's going to try to hide from you. Can you please make me a perception roll? The tent is considerably bigger than he is. You believe that he just jumped behind the fire pit and went prone. This one is going to try to do the same. Another perception, please. You are certain that he is trying to run around and come up behind so that he can stab Ivor and Vesper, who are on the other side of the pond.
Apparently I was only paying attention to one of them.
You were trying to pay attention. It's just a lot of shadows dancing around, and the goblins are oily and slick. It is Worm's turn.
I'm gonna kneel down and whisper to the goblin, "Are you a real goblin?"
Yes, I'm a real goblin. What do I look like?
Why are they all trying to kill us?
You've come to steal our food, to take our women and treasure. Are we not to defend ourselves? Are we not to shed blood in protection of our honor and our people? He's saying this in a manner that is decidedly not like the speech of the other goblins. Can you give me an insight, please? He speaks in a very good goblin accent, but you're pretty sure that this is not a goblin.
I assure you we're not after any of that. You stay with us and we'll protect you.
His ears curl inward. He just kind of, he drops his weapon, he drops to the ground, he curls up in the fetal position. Would you like to do anything else?
No, but I'll take kind of a more protective stance over him so nobody can stab him.
All right. Gwendolyn, it is your turn.
Well, as near as I can tell, none of them are coming to bother me, so I'm just going to continue to stand here and watch.
All right. Ivor, it is your turn.
Bonus action disengage.
He tries to slash at you and completely whiffs.
Bolts from the grave.
God.
You punch right through the center of his forehead, significantly more accurately than your previous attacks.
Eldritch Blast.
Can you give me perception, please?
Yes.
Right, you do not see that one.
What about the one behind him?
Can you give me another perception, please? And you do not see that one either.
How about this one?
You do see that one. The one that is encased in ice and just has his head sticking out. And you murder him. He is now a frozen goblin body. And there is a head bobbing in the water next to him.
Oh, my ice cube friend.
And I will now see that, now finally in vision and here in range of things, I will see that Worm is protecting this one, and
Yes.
that's in my turn.
Vesper, your turn.
My little ice cube.
Poor little guy. Well, you can see no enemy combatants.
Alright, I can't see them all the way over there.
You know what, can you give me one perception roll for the both of them, please? You do not see them.
Nope.
But they're both hiding up there, weren't they?
They are both hiding up there, yes.
What is Slash doing?
Slash is trying to figure out where they went. Or rather, he thinks he knows where they went. And he's, at the moment, trying to decide what to do next. Would you like to do anything, Vesper? You're pretty sure there were some more goblins just a second ago. Ivor may have murdered them too, though. Or Slash, but he doesn't look like his bloodlust is sated yet.
I guess I'll just start making my way around.
Okay. Slash, what do you do?
Well, since I'm certain that one is going after Ivor, I'm going to charge towards that one.
All right. And this one jumps out from the tent as you approach and tries to stab you in your kidneys. He has advantage. Neither of them hit. Or rather, his His one attack that had advantage does not hit. Well, here he is. Would you like to murder him?
I would like to.
And you miss. You slash right over the tips of his ears. Thankfully, you have another attack. And that one hits. And can you click the magenta great axe label to roll your damage?
I don't see anything magenta.
In roll 20.
Yeah. In the chat.
Oh, I see. Okay.
All right. You cut off one of his ears. He seems unhappy with this. The other one... sorry, do you do anything else on your turn?
I don't have anything else I can do, so that's it.
Okay. The other one is going to burst out, surprising you since he was hidden. And he's going to try to stab you in the back. And that will hit. He has advantage on damage because he is flanking you. So it's going to be 3d6 plus 2 at advantage. So you take 15 slashing damage. A blow that would have utterly slaughtered a normal man, but which does not you. Within the next few moments, there's a scrum of activity between you and the goblins, and you murderify them. They collectively get about 2 more attacks in on you. Neither of which hit, and they lie dead at your feet. And we are going to end there for today because I'm afraid I have to cut the session early.
Yeah, I'm sorry we had so much connection issues, Taylor.
Yeah, so much technical difficulties.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
It does indeed happen.
It do be like that.
Well, thank you for running the game, sir. Have
Yes.
you
Thank
See you guys
Taylor.
later.
Welcome. Goodbye.
Bye.
guys later.